here we go. Ribs tonight. First piece of equipment, the man bib. It is necessary. The next most important things, the meat. Look at this. 3 racks of ribs for $24.49 or something like that. $24.13, even better. On this side of the ribs, it's the nice meaty part, but what we need to do is get rid of this connective tissue on the back. Sometimes you have to take a knife and score it and pull, but it looks like this one's already kind of started. I recommend take a paper towel, grab it in one hand. You might need a knife to kind of get it started. This would be the hardest part of the whole process. And, oh, that didn't work. Come off too clean, so I'm going to try scoring the other end. Be nice and close. And then we try. I really have some success here. I just kind of get under. Here we go. Get it started, and once it starts, there we go. It should come off in one nice, clean pull. Ta-da! Alright, here comes the rub. I mean the dry rub. You can make your own by combining different spices and garlic powder and onion powder. You can buy a pre-mixed dry rub. Being that we're in Maryland, I like to use Old Bay. I'm going to put some Old Bay in a bowl. Right. And to kind of sweeten it up, we'll add some dark brown sugar and add a little bit of sweetness to that salty, peppery Chesapeake Bay goodness. Just kind of mix it all up together. I want to coat this front and back, just sprinkle a little bit on the rib side. And of course you got to give it the rub. Flip these over. And then liberally rub the meaty side. This will just add a little bit more flavor to the meat. Now that the racks have been nicely rubbed, we're just going to wrap them loosely and store them in the refrigerator anywhere from 1 hour to overnight. We'll just let the rub kind of seep into the meat a little bit. You know, but I guess if you were in a rush, you could just start cooking it. But give it a little extra time. Make them nice and tasty. So I'm just going to put these in the refrigerator to let them sit for a while. We'll be ready to cook them a couple of hours tomorrow, whatever you want to put them in the Instapot. These have been marinating or getting flavor overnight. Take them out of your refrigerator and remove the cover. The next item is going to be putting them in the Instapot. 2 ways of doing this. You can take a rib and put them in a circle and drop them in the pot. Or, since we're going to put on different flavors, I'm going to cut them up in thirds and put them down individually. With a sharp knife or a steak knife, just cut between 2 ribs and cut into, whoops, I caught a bone on that one. Cut into about equal servings. So we're going to end up with 9 slabs of rib. We're going to start by cooking them in the Instapot, like a pressure cooker. Do not put any barbecue sauce on any of the ribs. We'll do that later. Take the lid off. Make sure the little valve is loosely put here. And the little release button is working. Please make sure the trivet with the handles up is inside the pot. You can add any liquid that you'd like. Some people add orange juice, pineapple juice, beer, soda. We're going to add a cup of very hot, well not hot, but very strong black coffee, right, for our liquid. Then we're going to start to layer in the ribs. And stacking them on the trivet. Hopefully we'll get all three in here. We can lay on top of each other. All nice and nestled in there. And if we can't get them all in on the first go round, you can always do two servings of this, or two cookings, because this will only take about a half hour. Place the lid on with the lock section in the front. You hear it beep. That's all it takes to lock. Make sure your little steam valve is saying sealing. It will juggle around. We're going to come over and we're going to go pressure cooker, and we're going to add thyme. And we're going to do it for about 30 minutes. The icon with the pot with the little P means you're in pressure cooker mode, and the pot with the little flame on the bottom is showing that it's been activated and it's starting to heat up. It'll take about 10 minutes for the heat and the pressure to build up. The moment it's up to pressure and heat, the timer will display, and here it goes for the countdown of 30 minutes. Our 30 minutes are up. We do not need to hit any other buttons, and this recipe will require the meat to sort of sit for 10 minutes in the pot. We do not need to touch anything, just let it sit. Do not change the valve to release the steam. We want it to have about 10 minutes of just sitting with the steam at full pressure. It's been sitting now for 10 minutes, naturally aspirating. Now we might have to release the steam valve. There was a little silver tab that was sitting up here. When all the pressure has come out, that little silver button by itself will drop down, meaning all the pressure is released. So, let's see how we did. Need to stop. Just turn the handle. Look at those ribs. To finish the ribs off, I'm going to do them in the oven. Place them on a broiling pan. Before I put barbecue sauce on them, I'm going to put them under the broiler for just a few moments to help kind of release some of the extra fat. Alright, so we have the broiler on high. Just slide them in and give them a few moments for the fat to release. Ribs are nicely sizzling under the broiler, just kind of releasing some of that extra fat, a little crisp on it before we put on the barbecue sauce. We like the Sweet Baby Ray's, a little bit of Carolina mustard style, and of course something bold and spicy from Heinz with Kentucky bourbon. I like to do both sides, top and bottom, so I'm kind of put a little baby up, come on, there we go, on the bottom, and spread tangy goodness all around. Flip them back over. Slather a little bit more on the top. A little bit of sweet golden mustard sauce. My son and I got introduced to this down in South Carolina. First time we ordered some barbecue, and it came out on a bun and it was all kind of yellow. We were a little concerned about what we had done. But boy, once we started eating it, it was so good. So good. Don't put too much sauce on. Slathered up, back in the oven to caramelize the barbecue sauce. Alright, these could be done for some people, but I like to add just a little bit more barbecue sauce. Right? You get that little bit of caramelized glazing on it. So I'm just going to add a little bit more sauce on each one. And back in the oven for just a little bit more caramelization. Some sizzling ribs. They're bubbling and sizzling and starting to char up, just the way my wife loves them. So we have 3 different flavors. Let's plate them up. And go to town.